All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Alpha traders, wherever you live at in this realm, this vast realm in the metaverse. Apparently, that's where we're at. I don't know. It's all a simulation. We've been in the metaverse. Everybody's just starting to figure it out, though. Right? There's more truth in fiction than reality. That's for damn sure. Let's see here. Got a 4 hour chart up there. I posted this earlier just to, oh, we had a little shift. Let me get this PB back one. 39 candles. We had a 4 hour close. There we go. Perfect. This was down here at about, the low right there at the 68.3. You can see the wick right down to the 68.3 on that 4 hour candle. That was about $60,100 roughly. And that's where we started running up. Had a little bit of stutter step on the 95.4 here, made its way up to the 99.7. That's where when you get a strong move on any time frame, I don't care which one it is, this is usually where you'll see price action start to go sideways for a while, maybe consolidate and then make another run at the 97 before it eventually pulls back right to the 95.4. But you can see right here, it immediately started pulling back. Here's where we had that big pump on the 4 hour, right? This was a nice little fake out. Made this new all-time high at 69.1 almost, I believe is what it was on the perps. Then we ran down. So you throw a projection on this first down candle, and you can see it got outside in 99.7 Laplace distribution range. But where did the candle close? Right inside the 99.7. There was a 0.03% chance price action was going to stay out here during that 4 hour candle. This is where people that don't understand this stuff get lost, right? And how many people do you think they're just like, getting into shorts right here, and then you lose half your profit, right? It pulls back up. And by then you see that really on that 4 hour candle, you're probably up here somewhere. You see this move start to go back up, so you get out of the trade. Right? Now, eventually it made its way back down. But you can see on this projection, right? It got back up above the 95.4, dumped down below it. Where did this wick go to right here? I'll show you where this wick went to. Look where the candle closed. Right at the center of the weekly volatility range. All the alpha traders, everybody that is getting these indicators, by now it should be pretty evident why we do what we do. All right, this is powerful stuff. There's no doubt about it. This is something everybody should be paying attention to. These price action volatility ranges, no doubt. We had a little stutter step coming down at the first standard deviation normal distribution to the downside. Dropped below that, tested this weekly range again, just like this wick did, right? A couple days ago, where I was talking on Monday and Tuesday, I was like, all these people are getting in these over leveraged longs. They're about to get wrecked. Did they? Hell yeah, they got wrecked. A lot of them probably got liquidated because they didn't take their profits. So it's crazy. Why? They're following randos on YouTube. Just like I said yesterday, you should not be following any rando on YouTube. I'll put myself in that category. Don't follow what I do. Not too many people trade the way I do. I'm a renegade, man, but I feel that's why I'm very profitable. But when you're following these other guys that don't understand this stuff, they're just getting all their followers wrecked one after another. They're total grifters. Look out there. Look at the YouTube videos. Go into any of them. I could mention a bunch of names. One day after another, they're bullish, they're bearish, they're bullish, they're bearish. Oh, we're screwed. Oh, wait, we're going to the moon. It's crazy. I just saw a video post earlier when price action was literally on this candle coming down. The guy posts a video saying, oh, we had that double top. We're probably going to under 50K now. Whoop! And it just bounces right on the center of the weekly range. It draws right back up here heading towards the daily. It just cracks me up. People follow these people because they don't want to learn how to trade themselves, which is ridiculous. Why would you not want to learn how to trade? That's what we're here for. We want to teach people how to do this. And you can see, look at the candle close. I mean, it's just perfect to the dollar. dropped a little bit below it. This is liquidity central right here. It dipped back down, got some liquidity. And what else has Bitcoin been doing, right? It's been clearing out all the leverage to the top and the bottom on these moves, resetting funding. That's exactly what's going on right now. And so people want to, it's, they're just trying to get clicks, right? They're trying to make money off YouTube. So they're putting out videos every day and they're just talking out of their ass most of the time, right? It just boggles my mind at this point. Let's go back over here though. But you can see, where's that sucker at? Oh crap, it's the first chart. There it is. When this 4 hours started pulling back up, the new candle opened inside the 95.4. So on this projection down, there was literally a 95.4% chance that, especially during this day, that this price action was going to close up here in the 95.4 range, right? And you can see the mean of that projection is back there almost at the all-time high, at least right where the candle close was at about 68.4. About 68.4, and I'm looking over here on the 4 hour on the buy and sell pressure, and there's some velocity and acceleration on this last 4 hour candle building to the top side as the sell pressure is decreasing. So that's powerful. You can see my little chart over there. I'm not going to switch screens again and have that little foo bar we had yesterday. The old foo bar, famous military term, right? Fucked up beyond all recognition. If you didn't know what a foo bar was, there you go. That's a definition of it. Happens a lot in the military. Shit's always screwed up. Let's see here. Yeah, that was good. When I saw that close inside, I was like, good, that's nice going in the last 4 hour candle of the day. Let's see if Bitcoin can get back up to the daily range. And that's what I've been looking at. It's tried a couple times, right? It made a nice run up to about, what was that, 64.5, 64.6 almost. Now it's back up inside this daily S1. That's what the green line is. And that's another thing, right? This is the daily S3. Very rarely do you get a move on a daily past that S3, let alone the S4. And this was an area I truly thought, I was like, all right, we're probably going to get this next 15-minute candle, might go down here, really grab some liquidity at this S4 in the bottom of the weekly range, and then go up. But when I see this move coming down here, to me, that kind of a trade, especially when I was over here on my Laser Wolf chart and I've been watching all the 4 hour bull div just building, right? Just building from way back here on this down candle on the bottom of this data set right here. You get lower lows, low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Now it's back up above the mean. The Z score of log returns, which is the area here, bull div 2, right? Bull div, bull div, bull div, bull div. So it was on both of them. One thing there wasn't bull div on was on the DLP, which that is actually fine. And I would have the dictator up to see if there was bull div on that. I would probably suspect there was. And those of you that do have the dictator, I'm pretty sure it's that we gave it out to people. That is based on Fisher Transform, which when it comes to traditional technical analysis, that's the only shit we dabble in is Fisher. Fisher's built into a lot of the indicators too. And you can see right now in the 4 hour too, the Z score of historical volatility is heading down, negatively correlated, right? So this 4 hour candle is just walking up. Now it's been fluctuating in this area, right? In between like that 64.6 coming back down to a little under 64.1, trying to make up its mind what's going to happen. And I'll show you right now. Let's go up to, I'm pretty sure, 12 hour below the Gaussian mean on the deviation bands. That's what price action's bumping up against. Yep. All right, the Gaussian means at about 64.865 on the 12 hour. On the daily, it is, we just rejected off of it, 65.20. All right, we're right at it, right? The Gaussian mean, we're right at it right now, literally. 65, or actually, no, it's at 65.209, my bad. We did get above that earlier, correct? Yes, we did, 65.209. That was when we were up here, right? It's actually higher than what I was seeing. But yeah, that's when we got right at the beginning of the day. We had that dump, pumped up, got above the daily Gaussian mean, pretty much rejected off of it, went down, tested the weekly range, right back up. This is why we love this stuff. Got confused on my time frame there, or on the numbers. I was like, oh, that's not making sense. I didn't realize it was 65. Yeah, you can see that, how it rejected. Perfect. And what was that on the 8-hour? That hit the 1 SD band? Was that on the 8-hour? Come on now, you populate. I command thee. Yep, couple times, right? This big it's testing. I love when the deviation bands spray out like that, because then it's when you are coming back. And if I did a projection right now from like back here, you can see what happened, right? I mean, it came back, tested the mean of that move too. I mean, actually, it would be right here. That probably actually tested the top side of the 68.3 is what that did. But 2 tests of the first standard deviation band. And now you can see on these 8-hour candles, right, we're rejecting off that Gaussian mean. So by the end of the day, or the end of this 8-hour candle, I want to close above 64,416 on this 8-hour. Would love to close up above these Gaussian means on the 8-hour and the 12-hour. What was the 12-hour again? 64. What was it? About to find out. These charts are taking a minute. I got a ton of charts up right now, though. Yeah, 64,850. That would be even nicer. And so we're 64,850, right back at the daily range, right? Right in the daily range right there. See how all this matches up? This is price action volatility ranges, right? That's deviation levels. I mean, this is why I love this stuff. There's always going to be correlation between all this stuff. Let me get on the, whoops, where my little cursor at on the stream chat here. Oh, I was going to say, what do you mean you can't hear me? I hope you can hear me. He said fix. Okay. I mean, Kevin, I mean, we have videos on the, we have a video, I'm pretty sure, on the ALR, the AVP, the Pearson correlation. But I mean, I can pull up the pro chart. I can pull up the pro chart for sure. Let's see here, because yeah, it's actually you're grandfathered in, so you're not paying. But yeah, it's $10. That the $10 Discord level that gets them that pro chart now. Let's see. Yeah, Sayron put together some pretty good stuff. Yes, he did. Where was I? I got sidetracked there. Let's go over here. Yeah, that's where I was at. And what did I see also on the 6-hour? Yeah, we're getting stifled right at that 6-hour Gaussian mean, right? You can see the 6-hour candle right there. This thing's been bouncing in between the first standard deviation band and the Gaussian mean this whole time. Reject right there, come back down, test it again. Now we're getting stifled. Love to close above that 64,240 area, 64,250 area by the end of the day today. Any of those. It all starts, right? It works its way up through the time frames. So if we can get the 6-hour to close there, the 4-hour here. Populate, my friend. Yeah, we're above the 4-hour right now. The 4-hour was at 63.9, so it's starting down here at the 4-hour. You know, possibly we close the day above the 4-hour Gaussian mean. That's a start, right? And on that projection I just showed you, we are back above that 95.4 from the dump there. So that's good. You know, we closed the 4-hour above that 63,930 area. You know, maybe it rolls right uphill into the 6-hour, to the 8-hour, to the 12-hour, to the daily. And then we get back up to the mean of that projection on that higher time frame projection where that is literally at 68K. But we'll see, right? So we had the ETF denied today. All right, they're going to continue to dick around with that type of ETF. It's all in the language, right? The ETF that got that did pass, it's settled in cash, right? They don't want people to be able to hold the underlying. They don't want the ETF to be settled in Bitcoin, right? If anybody thinks the SEC is out there to protect investors, you need to wake up. Just like with the whole world's a freaking scam at this point. The SEC is there to protect the wealthy. They don't want the little guys making money, right? That's what it's all about. It's a joke at this point. Sure, MJ will probably cut that part out of the video. Okay.
Yeah, but he shouldn't.
Let's see here. Yeah, screw him. Screw him. I've said it a million. Less about the freaking SEC. They're a joke, man. They're not here to help us. So let's pop up the also we're getting close to publishing the I mean, we're still coming up with a name. I kind of like, it's the ultimate power mean super guppy. So when you get these guys on TradingView where they go to search for the all powerful super guppy, they're going to be like, oh, alpha trading. Oh, what's this super guppy? Oh, shit. This super guppy's got some freaking teeth, right? This isn't just a guppy. This is a super shark. So powerful indicator, right? I mean, it's got reverse Fisher, reverse wave trend built into it. It's got a central power mean and 15 other power means, along with 2 variance log MAs that are very, very powerful. Look at the high length, catching all this, right? And then when people like we haven't even heard much from the other clown show going on. They used to mock me for the numbers that I use, like my 369 philosophy. You know what? The joke is on other people. They don't understand how to trade, but they want to sit there and they want to talk shit about people that actually do know how to trade. That's what people do, right? It's just ridiculous. There's a reason why I use the number system that I use, because it works. And everything you see here is based on that number system. There's a reason why these things catch price action. And that's the 15-minute, right? It just bounced off the reverse Fisher. Let's see what's going on the 4-hour. We rejected right off the reverse Fisher to the dollar. You can see the little dot right there, right? That's the reverse wave trend, my bad. Reverse Fisher's actually right below it though. Reverse Fisher's hid right down in here, it kind of dropped. So we're rejecting on the 4-hour reverse wave trend. Yeah. Let's see, we tried to get above this variance log MA right here. Nothing doing. Is that on the daily? I saw this earlier. Yeah, good. We dropped down below this lower length variance log MA. Now we've pulled up again above all the power means. This is what you want to see. You don't want to start closing down in the power means, and you definitely don't want to close below the central power mean. 12 hour. But a good tap of something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, came down. The 12-hour candle, we had that dump. We had this higher length variance log MA and the central power mean get tested right there. Boop, suck back up from there. And now we're getting stifled by this lower length log MA. Interesting. So we want to close above it. We want to get back up on the top side. I mean, you can see this wick came down perfectly. We came down here and tested the mass of the power means, bounced back up on that 12-hour. So at some point, this baby is going to reverse. Is that the 5-day I was looking at earlier? 5 days above everything, looking good. And it was actually, I think it was the 3-day and the 2-day that's riding up the lower length. Yeah, there we go. Riding up the lower length variance log MA. Beautiful. It's creating some nice support. 3-day looks great, in my opinion. Is what you really want to see. This right here, this bad boy cruising through this real high length reverse Fisher. You want to see everything cross back up this reverse Fisher. The close today, you're going to see the central power mean above it too. You've got both the log MAs above it. You've got the reverse wave trend above it. We want to see the central power mean, and obviously you want to see all the power means above it. This is what you want to see. right? You want to see everything above that reverse fissure. The 2-day, yep, getting support from that lower length variance log in me as well. And you can see right now, got one more power mean at the close today is going to cross up that reverse fissure. Everything back in business, right? And look, this is what I'm trying to show people too. This whole move from down here, right, at 28K, we've been below, right? Kind of rejected right here off the reverse fissure, came back down, right? Stayed in the power means. Now we're getting this run. Everything's starting to cross back up that reverse fissure, right? That's what happened down here. From the dump, we got back above. Everything crossed back up this reverse fissure, started riding the gravy train right up to the top, to that all-time high, right? What's that, 65, I think? Yeah, 65K. Then we had that dip. What was that dip? Oh, dippy shitty. How far did that baby go? Yeah, that was a nice little pullback, wasn't it? 55%. And that's why I heard somebody talking, like one of these YouTube goofies. You know, sometimes just to hear, I'll have something playing in the background every once in a while, just to hear what the hell these people are thinking about. And he's talking about, oh, don't be surprised, we're probably going to get a, a little 30% pullback here. And I'm just like, show me. Why do you say that? Just because Bitcoin has traditionally done that? For Christ's sakes, we just had a 55%. We just had after we got back up here above that reverse fissure, we had a 25% pullback, right? We just had a 10% pullback. I mean, we're having pullbacks. Considering we are in the fourth quarter of this bull run that's going on right now, we get a 50%, a 50% pullback right now off of this high of whatever it was, 69.1. I'll be pretty damn surprised. I've done projections. I see this thing anywhere in between 125 and 240K by the end of the year, right? But these are all, there's probabilities to the bottom too. But those probabilities and some of the numbers I'm seeing are my bias is not there at all. It doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna have to let all that play out. Yeah, that's about it. And 90 minutes sticking out to me. Yeah, on this 90-minute, you can see on the 90-minute, right? Everything's crossing back down this reverse fissure. We need this 90-minute to get its ass in gear and get back up. We could get some more downside. But like this weekend, we've got I just showed it, all right? We got this weekly range down here. This is strong. This is real strong, to be honest. I'm interested to see where the hell this new daily range is going to be. Where are we going to close price action, right? Because the new daily range is going to be, we're right at it. And you'll usually notice that when the last 4-hour candle of the day, you'll usually see price action trying to stabilize and get into the same area where the new daily volatility range is going to be at, right? Every day there's a battle between these algos to get back to that area. Right now, I would say price action's close to being above it, to be honest. I mean, it's going to be close. This is one of those days where this baby's tough to read. Trust me, there's volatility all over the place. Why? Look at this tight daily range. It's like $50, correct? $53 daily range, tight. I said it as soon as we got it. I posted in general and I said $53 daily range. Shit, we're going to see fireworks. What does it do immediately? It goes down to the S1, right? Then pumps up to the weekly R1. Then we reject, dick around right here at the daily range, and then we really range to the downside. Now we ranged right back up to the upside. There's been quite a bunch. So what did we do? What was the high? If you add all this together, all this price action, all this ebb and flow, there is a lot of price action today. And that's what you're going to see, a lot of trend. And that's exactly what Bitcoin has done. That's why I was talking in another chat earlier, and I was like, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see this close up here around the daily range. If not, maybe even make a late run back up to the 68.3 just to cap it off. And I'm sure you got all these fucking goofy pattern traders going, hey, we got a, whatever the hell they call it, that we got a head and shoulders, on the 15-minute. These pattern traders, which they don't even realize, there's people that have done the math. These things usually play out about 23% of the time, right? That's why we don't trade patterns. Patterns break. These indicators don't break. They tell you exactly what's going to happen with price action. Just powerful. That's it. 25. Now let's where else was that? Yeah, 6 hour. APP turning back up. A lot of bull div. A lot of bull div on the returns oscillator on the 6 hour. Variance coming down, negatively correlated, right? As soon as that thing turned down, you can see variance was going up. Boom, we get a big down candle. It was still up right there, so we got that dump, right? You can see it barely got outside the bottom of those power means, but then it went negative, sucked that candle up, and this next one up. But right now, where are we? We're at that reverse fissure on the 6 hour. Boom, went up, rejected perfectly off of it. And that was at whatever, 64,550. Bounced right off that sucker. But yeah, I like the bull div on the 4 hour, the 6 hour. It's on the 8 hour, not as extensive, but the last two lows, it's definitely a higher low. And you're seeing it in the price action. The divergence between price action and returns is powerful. It's the only divergence you should be paying attention to, in our opinions. 100%. All the APPs are heading back up. Getting some expansion positively correlated on all the 8 hour AVRs. And let me go down here to a 5-minute. See, and this is why, like, I will use 3 AVRs. Like, I know Kevin had some questions about this because this stuff fluctuates quick. And if you just use one length, it's hard to really understand what's going on, right? So you get this 5-minute move heading down here. You can see the correlations breaking like crazy here. On this up move to the top, let me see what's going on here. We're getting expansion positively correlated. So why the hell did this thing start going down? And you can see on the 5-minute, everything, the correlation breaks are going to lag behind a little bit. But you can see the 2400 is expanding. It goes into negative correlation and creates more of a down move. But yeah, I'll have to work with you because it sometimes it's confusing. But when you get the big moves, the AVRs are showing you exactly what's going on. Expansion positively correlated, boom, big 15, big 5-minute move. Let me go to the 15. Let's see here. Yeah, flat volatility, negatively correlated. Then shifted positive. Was there a little expansion there? Yeah, these are tricky reads right now. And you got to realize too, there's a lot of freaking, this thing is so indecisive right now. So it's not going to give the best reads, to be honest. Let me see some real quick. Oh, I got this correlation set on. There we go. This will help you. This will help you. You can change your correlation look back length to a 5. It's going to help take some of that out. like right here on this down move on the 15, right? Boom, you get expansion negatively correlated, expansion negatively correlated. Actually, yeah, this is why I use the 2400 too, right? All through that down move, you're expanding on the 2400, negatively correlated. Let me see, sub move. Well, that thing just laid flat, didn't it, on the volatility? Very interesting reasons. So I know you were talking about the 5-minute too. So let's see here. Yeah, see right here on this 5-minute down move, right? I mean, you're getting some expansion positively correlated on the low length, but it's negatively correlated expanding on the mid length and the high length. Expansion negatively correlated. I got this low length set on 525. Yep. Okay. And this is why I love the Wolfsbane indicator, because when you just have pure variance, right? And it's what we're doing. It's like understanding the expansion and contraction of volatility and the correlation breaks. This is why I use 3. This is very complicated. Then you get an indicator when you get pure variance, right? Or you get the Z-score of historical volatility. It's a lot easier to read. That's why we created these indicators, because this is not, right? But that's the thing. To get these indicators, right? It takes a little bit of an investment in your business, if trading is your business, right? And this is what I always tell people. I'm like, if there's indicator packages, which ours are very inexpensive in our opinion, if there's indicator packages that you can't put money into, it's like, I don't understand why people are even trading. It's like, if you can't, because I know there's a lot of people out there that spend money on some of the most foolish shit that I've ever seen before. But when it comes to stuff like this is just like any business, right? You have to invest, right? That's why I have a premium account on TradingView, right? Before Alpha Trading started making their own indicators, I was buying indicators. I'm sure everybody thought that I was not paying for my indicators. That's total hogwash. I was paying and paying more. I didn't even get a discount, right? I was that kook ass's lapdog or whatever the hell he thought I was. Got another thing coming, didn't he? Stupid ass. Look at the 5-minute deviation bands are tighten up. Not to get off, but this Wolfsbane indicator with the divergence, and when you just got pure variance, expanding and contraction, this thing is like, wow, wow, wow. Anybody that's figured this indicator out understands how powerful it is, especially our new AVZ. Same thing. When the Z score is heading to the top side or to the bottom side, like right now, Z score in a 5-minute, 1 standard deviation above the mean, right? 1 standard deviation above the mean. And it was actually heading into positive correlation as it started sloping down there. And you can see this candle, whoop, it definitely dropped down. That's when you have these entropy candles like this, it's really hard to see what's going on. You can see the down candle. Now it's getting below the Gaussian mean on the 5-minute too. See how that plays out. Yeah, and right now, right, you're getting your expansion. You are literally contracting positively correlated, contracting positively correlated. So you're getting this little down move right here. All right. Let's go up onto like 4-hour. And I don't have the AVP yet. Yeah, you're still in here, aren't you? Let me make sure he's in here. No, hell, Kevin's not even in here. That's who I was doing all this for. He stepped out. I don't know. What are you going to do, right, people? What are you going to do? Can't help everybody. But yeah, it's these AVRs. They will tell you. If you really want a precise reading, learn how to read all 3, drop your correlation length down to a 5. Every little move, when you understand how to read them together, is going to tell you. Like he was saying, every time that volatility contracts, and it's negatively correlated, price should walk up. But for me, it goes down. I mean, up, right? Then down because it expanded right there and it was still negatively correlated. Back up, it shifts positive correlated and expands. I mean, these things will give you, yeah, these things will give you good reads. But I love to tell people, right? And for a long time, because do you need to learn this? You really don't. I want people to learn it. I want people to learn how when volatility expands and contracts and the breaks in correlation, what happens with price action, right? This, when I go down through and use my workflow, right? Am I using these to trade? I'm dropping down on the new, when I get a new daily, I'm going from a 24-hour to a 15. I'm immediately looking at all the reads and it's giving me an overall bias where my capital is going to be best used for that day. It's not like I sit here and scalp, right? When I see this, when I see these things flashing like this, and this is where people get lost too. They try to make all these little reads when volatility's, half expanded, man, this is where it gets hard. When you're trying to make trades when volatility's hanging out like this. This is where you want to pay real attention, right? But when I'm scalping, man, dude, woohoo. This is my indicator, right? This is why we put this together like this. This is a one-man wrecking crew right here, man. This thing is a ching 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 ching. Ring the bell. There's money to be made. That's all I got to say about the Wolfsbane. All right. And you can break this all apart, right? People that have the indicator package, you get all these parts separately. All right. You can use them individually to learn each one and then use the Wolfsbane when you understand the reads, like on the returns oscillator, on the variance and the correlation. This just makes it a lot easier. The log returns with the z-score of log returns. Yeah, powerful, man. Powerful. That, let's see here. What is sticking out today? I saw traditional markets. They opened up a little up, pulled back hard right when Bitcoin was making that big dump. And you can see right when it happened. When did that sell-off happen? It was this morning, right when the traditional markets opened up. Let's go over here. Boop. Right there. 6:15, 15 minutes before traditional markets opened up. Right here, they opened right down to the center of the weekly range. Now, CMEs close in about 23 minutes, right? So where are the institutional futures going to close today? Right around here, 64,175. Last week, the prior week, I forget where they closed, but during like aftermarket, they rose about $300, I think. So I always pay attention to that to see where it does end up. I would have liked to seen the end of the day pump here before the CMEs and get those institutional futures closing up around where this daily range is, like 64,870. It's only at 175 right now. If we were to get a pump right back up here, they were there. But right now we'll see if they close right down here in 64.2 and see what happens in the little post market they have. See what's going on. I want to take a peek though at take a quick peek at Solana. What did Solana test on this pullback? Nothing significant. It's just testing 4-hour standard deviation levels. It got below the 1SD, pulled right back up. Solana actually got back inside its 68.3% Laplace distribution range. You can see the weekly range and daily range. They're pretty much right on top of each other. But this was a massive weekly range for Solana, right? There's the center right there, top, bottom, daily planted firmly right in below, right in the middle. But it's going to drop today for sure. Right now, it's probably below where the 68.3 was, right in here, 230 area, right around where price action is right now, to be honest. That's what I want to look at. Yeah, Algo was having a good day. Alpha, pretty much the only ones that were up. I don't know what's going on with that shit coin, Litecoin. Holy shit, right? The hell's it up to? It was up, now we got a little sell off. Cardano. I wanted to see where Fluffy McCuck is at, as our buddy Becker calls it. Fluffy McCuck. It's not like he doesn't like Cardano. He just the holders are like a cult. I agree, they are. I'm a holder. I'm not part of the cult though. Yeah, I like Cardano being back up here inside at 68.3. Hell, it's the only one probably of the majors that's back up here. Had a nice pump just like Bitcoin did. Got a little bit below the first standard deviation. And I expected this week, right? Look at this tight weekly range. That's why Cardano trended like crazy. You kidding me right now? Look at this. Where'd that new week start? Back here. Right there, right? So tight weekly range. Cardano just rockets up to the top, goes sideways, big dump, big weekly trend, right? Big weekly trend. Remember, Bitcoin was going sideways when Cardano made that, what, 12% move to the top side back there. So yeah, pretty nuts. But you can see, right? Bitcoin got hammered down into that weekly range. I get you can just tell by looking at the chart, right? Bitcoin was way more of an extensive move to the downside, but didn't really have any problem getting back up above its weekly range. Wouldn't be a bit surprised to see like Solana and Cardano, maybe some of these other blue chippers up in the top 25 have a good weekend. Obviously, it's all going to depend on Bitcoin, right? We all know that everything's going to follow Bitcoin around. The only thing that's really starting to decouple from Bitcoin are all these gaming tokens. These gaming tokens don't give a shit what Bitcoin's doing, right? People are going to continue buying into those ecosystems. There's no doubt about it. That is definitely future blockchain gaming getting huge. I'm not a gamer at all, but I'm not stupid. I see the potential. I see the potential. I want Bitcoin. Yeah, I forgot Bitcoin is in the 68.3. What the hell am I talking about? Bitcoin and Cardano. Solana didn't get back in it. What about BNB? What the hell's BNB doing? I thought I look at it too much. Yeah, it's back in it. Oh, it had a really nice jump too. Hell, BNB is the only one that got back up inside its daily range. So that's interesting. Hell, it was on the top of the, or no, no, no. Oh, Bilbo, you false. You are not. It did not get back in. It did for a split second. It's back below it. This up here, there's the top side of the 68.3, but its daily range. Where's its weekly? It's at the top. Yep. And the BNB, big ass weekly range. Here's the center. Here's the center. Interesting reads on all these. All right, sure. I'll go check out this shit coin. The gas fee scam in the universe. Hey, get back, dog. Get back. Tested the top of the weekly range, got a little bit below it. Interesting. Same thing, rejected off the bottom side of the 68.3 on the daily. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't get it with Ethereum. Don't get it. Don't get it at all. Stupid gas fees, man. Holy crap. I don't know what the hell people are thinking. Yeah, it had a hell of a sell off too. Yeah, pretty much like Bitcoin, almost got to the center of its weekly range as well. So, but let's go over to put this back. Yeah, we'll get these institutional futures closed, right? Get rid of these fluffy McCucks for the weekend. See what all the retailers and everybody else is. I mean, these algos run all weekend, obviously, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna get a. Remember last week we threw a gap on them, right? Threw a gap on them, and that gap pretty much got filled. That's one thing I wanted to take a peek at. That's some on the 4-hour perfect. There it is, right there. I mean, that was pretty low. That, in my opinion, gap filled. Right, gap filled on those institutional futures. Obviously, it was down here in this range, but just like sometimes with the tests of those daily, weekly, monthly ranges, that's close enough. And I know somebody that, he literally did a little market making, right, in institutional markets. He probably definitely calling that a gap fill for sure. Probably calling that a gap fill. So that's good. Let's see what CMEs, let's see if that same divergence is playing out on those bad boys. The 4-hour probably is, I'm sure. Yep. Yep. Got some bull div on the 4-hour. 6-hour, 6 hours even better. 6-hour looks like the 4-hour on Bitcoin. Yeah, really nice bull div on the CME on the 6-hour for a nice bounce off the zero mean. About the 8-hour, I'm sure there's some on the 8-hour. And I know the 12 hours got hidden bull. I didn't show you that earlier. I'll show you on Bitcoin after we look on. Yeah, nice, powerful bull div on the 8-hour CME going into Monday. That's real nice. Let's see if there's hidden bull on the 12-hour. Yep, two nice little jabberoonies, right? From this low right here to that low and to that low, right? Low, lower low, lower low. And here's the perps on the 12-hour showing its hidden bull. So, I mean, there's bull div on the 4-hour, 6-hour, 8-hour, hidden bull on the 12. And I want to see what happens with the daily on the returns oscillator. Yeah, building. If you see the returns oscillator and look, I like seeing the correlation starting to decrease, right? What this is telling you, um, don't trust that move. Especially look, and I mean, when you see the variance coming down negatively correlated like that, and we still went to the downside, and then we bounce right here on that or on that reverse wave trend like that. No, that's not the reverse wave trend. Wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? How's this looking funny? Did I not change? What? Oh, I don't think I put the updated colors on that one for crying out loud. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the wave trend. Let me see here. That's a daily, right? What the? What am I doing? Daily. Boom. Oh, perps. What is that? Okay, now I'm confusing my damn self. Oh, that's a dollar index. Jesus. Yeah, see the confusion in my face? Daily perpetual futures. Boom. Oh, I've got it on a different length over here. Is that? Hold on here, guys. That's the central power mean. Am I correct on that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's the one that doesn't have the smoothing, I think. I got to fix that later. I got to fix that. This is the one I want to pay attention to, and it is about this variance log MA. I just confused the shit out of myself there. Need to change that. What in the hell? On here. Copy. Let's do it real time. Just confusing my damn self. What chart's what? When the hell is that back on there? I could have swore I put this on this new chart on this chart. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, smoothie. There we go. Or it was the central power meeting. It did not have the smoothing yet. Now the central power it's got smoothing. That's why it's different. Okay. Oh, how did that? Oh, man, just threw myself for a loop. Doesn't happen often. Boy, it did right there. Why did that chart not say? That's crazy. Let's copy those sweet peas. There they are. Okay. Now, save that damn chart. What the hell's happening here? Trading view messing with me. There's the look. Okay. Yeah, I must be on. Are you on Ultra Bilbo? I am on Ultra Bilbo. I'm on ultra strong coffee. I'll tell you that. You know what I didn't look at? Let's put this on index real quick. All right, boom, boom. And go to the weekly. See if anything's changed on this weekly chart. Load up. Load up. Yeah. Weekly's actually still looking great. Above the Gaussian mean. It's at 60,742 is the Gaussian mean on the weekly. Obviously, you know, we're having this little pullback on the weekly. There was some hidden bear. Variance is coming down, negatively correlated though. Right? Excuse me. Holy crap. I like the DLP still building. That's real nice. And we're still getting, you know, the correlation on the entropy indicator is still real nice. And it is dropping. I want to see a big pump come in. Obviously, we're having this late day little pullback now. Figures Bitcoin messing with people. I want to see this drop into trend, head back up to the upside. But there's a lot of stuff on this weekly. It's just like, you know, this is just clowny. I mean, you've got the two high length AVRs. They are negatively correlated, contracting, and I bet I did not save these on a file. Yep, good. It stayed beautiful like that. Yeah, but you got the low length positively correlated, so that that's bringing this weekly down. And obviously, right, we don't like seeing weekly candles like that, not at all. Uglyville, Uglyville. Still, in my opinion, a bullish candle though. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see this baby come to the Gaussian mean over the weekend. It's at 61.2, about 60. Oh yeah, 60.7. Just said it. Jesus. Actually, I kind of like. What's a 7-day look like? 252. 7-day candles, kind of a doji. Yeah, and it's all negatively. The lower two are negatively correlated, expanding, contracting, negatively correlated, right? Creating that perfect little doji, and that Gaussian means at 61,475 ish. Yeah, Z-score historical volatility heading in a negative correlation, coming down. Entropy still looks good. DLP still building positive, nice positive candles. Same thing as the weekly, right? This little down move happened. We got some hidden bear. Chad, these variances are coming down, negatively correlated. This is what I want to see what happens when we get this 7-day candle close, which happens on the 18th. Because you're going to see a change, right? I mean, it's not like, unless you get super powerful moves, this stuff is not going to move very much. That's why you got to run down through the time frames. like the weekly 7-day. I mean, we're above everything. We are above everything. The low length still, log returns are above the mean, and the variance is rising. So that's good for some more upside until it's not, right? That's why we take our profits, man. This Bitcoin, Jesus, right? It's the king of cuck. Most people get wrecked in this market. Everybody knows it. Not too many people make money trading Bitcoin. It's almost fucking impossible unless you have these indicators, in my opinion. You have to know what's going on. Well, it looks like Bitcoin right now is trying to drop out of the 68.3. I really don't want to see that coming into the end of the day. Would love to close up inside at least the 68.3. But this is just going to pull the daily range down lower. But at this point, I mean, it's down here. They're trying to, once again, right? They're trying to close this baby like they did yesterday. Remember, I talked about it yesterday. They're jockeying into position. At first, I was like, right when we were doing the stream, here's 215. And I was like, look, the bulls are trying to close above where the new daily range is going to be. Right before the end of the day, it drops down, opens up below it, right? Gets a little above, then has a dump out right here. I literally was expecting this maybe to work its way down to the weekly range. Then we get this, wow. I mean, just shaking the shit out of people all day, Bitcoin, right? If you don't understand all this, you should just be sitting on your hands and not allowing yourself to even trade, to be honest. Let this shit shake out. Let this shit shake out because there's a lot of upside. There's a lot of upside in Bitcoin. But is it going to happen right now? Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? So before the end of the day, let's look at these projections again. I'll give you an input error. Oh, CME, not continuous market. Of course you're not, silly bugger. Okay, and that's the 4 hour. See, it's right now, right? It's right back down at the top of this 95.4. Yeah, that would have been nice to keep this thing going. Let's see by the end of the day if this thing tries to close that 4 hour candle below this. That's just ugly going into the weekend. We do not want that. But if you're looking at just the ALR, right? The laser returns, there's a lot of bull div. There's a lot of bull div building over a long-term time series, right? Long-term time series on the 4 hour. Those two candles, they pretty much, there was dead even. Then you had that next one created that bull div, and then boom, we get a quick two candle pop up, right? Then you can see, boom, it created bear div. Hell, there's barely a blue candle stuck under that MA right there. But over a long term, these are all higher lows. Every one of them higher lows. So whenever this thing pops out of the hole, if this thing continues to create this, it's going to be a nice, healthy move. No doubt about it. That's what I want. What time frame did I want to go to? Daily. And 1, 2, 3, 4. See where we're at on the daily. Yeah. Let's see. We went down, tested that 95.4. These two candles. Boop, 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 boop. Now we're just sitting right here. Where's my about? What do I want to? What was that? That was the 41. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's back? EP2 up 5. 4. Master number. Yep. So you can see, even from this projection back here, you're like, why aren't you starting it here? Well, I mean, you got a big bear wick here. I don't like starting it on it. That is the pivot in price, but I like starting it on when you really get a move to the upside. That's better, especially on a higher time frame. You can see it gets respected, right? It was bouncing off of the 95.4, got back below it, rejection. Now we bounced right here off the 95.4 on that projection. So yet to be seen what happens with this sweet pea. We can even back this up. This you can start it on, right? That's a bullish candle right there. You got a big bear wick on it. So I will start that one there. So let's have 3 more back. That's a 7. Yeah. So we ran up kind of these 95.4s, right? They crossed each other right there. I mean, pretty much right where we got the rejection. I mean, obviously we got the first rejection. Hello, back up here, you silly ass. From this 41K low area, we did get the rejection there, or that candle closed just a little bit below it. Had a little fake out above it, and whoop, we closed that daily candle below it. Had one more shot. It went up, tested the 95.4 from there, coming to the dollar. Look at the wick right to it. That was that day where we ranged in between the 68.3 on that projection and the 95.4. And I'm pretty sure that was wasn't that a 2 SD move to the top side? Or was it a 1 SD move to the top side, 2 SD move to the downside? That's what it was. And today we came back down, tested the top side of the 68.3. So I kind of like that projection, those spots a little better. And right now on the daily, right, creating some bull div going into the weekend. The laser returns. Turn off my damn MA. MA's in my way. Turn that baby off. There we go. Yep. Yeah, creating a little bull div going into the weekend. I like it. And that's why I'll probably be looking at this daily close. Possibly. Let's see where this thing ends up. Starting to climb, try to climb back over 64 again right now. But I imagine that the returns oscillator, right, is going to turn up. And remember, returns always make the move first and price action follows. But we'll see. I will be, if that does turn up there and we get a good day, going into the weekend, there's hidden bull on the daily, the 12-hour, and then there's bull on the 4, 6, and 8 between returns and price action. Yeah. We'll have to see how these ABRs shape up too. Yes, we will. I'll definitely, if we're going to have a good weekend, you're going to want to see this correlation turn to the upside, go positive with the Z-score popping up. Yep, it's time, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, your eyes are probably rolling in the back of your head trying to figure out what the hell we're even talking about. We're alpha trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and there's a reason why we do it. And if you watch this whole video, it's probably pretty evident why we do it if you've looked at our indicators. And if you've heard me, if you've watched past videos, you'll notice I'm usually against the grain of everything that's going on YouTube because these people don't understand what's happening, especially with the returns. So you'll notice one thing really quick, that usually the things I talk about, levels I'm talking about, they usually hit. And it's not me, it's the alpha trading indicators. I just know how to read them. That's all it is. That's what people need to realize. People say, oh, he's a great trader. It's like, no, they're great indicators, for crying out loud. That's what creates a good trader. It's like, hell, I could be throwing darts at a dartboard and be right 50% of the time, but I want my P&L above 90%. That's where I want my P&L. Turn that down. Oof. So yeah, the link to our Discord's in the description of our videos. Come check us out. Follow the welcome message. It tells you everything to do. We've had a lot of people come in lately, and they just sit there like a bump on the log, right? Say something. Say hello, alpha traders. We're a friendly crew. I want to thank everybody watching live in the Discord and wherever you live at on this big realm in the metaverse. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Depending on what kind of price action we get this weekend, might do a live stream in the Wolfpack chat for all those folks. We'll see. I'll talk to you guys later.